Right, so as you can see we're going to cultivate field 8, and all I've had to do is actually load the slurry course and put it onto field work, and then it started doing it. However, the cultivator isn't as wide as I thought it was, and it's not making much of a dent in the edge of the field, of course, so I don't think it's going to do the job. It isn't, so I'm going to have to get a wider cultivator. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to stop the driver, but as you can see that was working. Let's fold that up and get him moving back towards the start of the field. And so if that's a bit crackly on the mic. So we do need a cultivator, but we need one that's wider than this one, and then we can use this cultivating course, this slurry course. Otherwise there is another way to do it, and I'll show you how to do that now. We'll just unfold this again, save buying another cultivator. It's going to take slightly longer if you haven't got a wider cultivator, but what I'm going to do is raise my cultivator. I don't want it making any marks on the ground just yet. And this is basically how we created a slurry course as well. We start with nothing, we go into our course, and you see how we start a cultivating course and a slurry course the same way. This is FarmingSimulator2015 Coldborough Park Farm, by the way, continuing on from the last video, and this is Farmer George. Now, one of the things that we do is go to I have to click on one of the others to show you what this one is. This is field work. Okay, so we've got that one switched on. Now we need to go to this course generation. You see the field edge path. You can actually drive one yourself, and the way that you do that is you would just start here. You would say start course recording, and you would drive round, and say if we get to the bottom of the field or we get to a bend, you would put a waypoint in. If you get to another corner, you put another waypoint in. You get to another corner, you put another waypoint in. You get to another corner, you put another waypoint in. So you can go backwards and forwards. You can make it any shape you want. I jackknifed. You could make it any shape you want. So don't be worried about saying, oh, you can only put 4 waypoints in, because you can do as many as you want, really. I've made it a little bit crazy here. Don't blame me if it's going to go a bit skewy. This is just a joke, this course, just to show you an example. So you would follow all of your edge of your course around, and your last points, imagine if you go all the way around that field, and of course if you look down at the bottom end of that field, I can spin the camera around. You can see that there is a corner where that green P is, back down there. Anyway, so it can be an irregular shape, that's what I'm saying. And then just about here would be where I would end the course. So you create a stop. This is how you create a perimeter yourself. So now you can see that crazy course that I just built, which isn't the right size for the field, but you can see how it's all irregular shapes. Then all you do is you go over to this course generation, currently loaded course, it says here, and then all we do is we go set the working width of the current tool, which is going to be 6 meters because it says it's in there. We set the starting corner, which is if we look on the mini map in the bottom left hand corner, we would see that we're in the top northwest. It's a bit difficult with some of these oddball fields which are like this oddball size, but I can tell you that I know this fact is that this field is north east and we are facing south. So then you would say, if you want to go round and round and round, you could judge it or you could test it. You could say you can either make a course that goes headland, and then you see how which direction it goes. You can either go in that direction or anti-clockwise. So we're going to go clockwise, and then where it says 1 there, we're going to go 2, 3. Obviously this course that I've made here isn't big enough, and then you would go generate course with this button, and it would basically fill in that plot. However, if you didn't want to do it that way, you could have said no headland, like that, no headland, and then you could have gone generate course again, but we can't do that because we've got to, you know, close that off. So if you'd just done that, it would have gone up and down rather like it does here. Okay, but the other way to create this course is we'll just negate all of that and we'll say field edge path. The quickest way to do it is to go onto here and click this little calculator button here, and sorry, no, this button here, and it puts an edge path in. No course loaded. Just a second, we're on field 2, that's why, because I'm stupid. Let me end that. We're going to go back into the course generation. We need actually 7-8. We need this course for this edge plan. So we're using field edge plan for field 8. This is how I generated the slurry course. You could have driven this course, you know, and then you could make it a little bit more friendly, but that's the quicker way of doing it, is just to use this course generator here. Then you can do the working width, which is 6 meters, but if you want to make sure you don't get any gaps missing in it, you could make it 5 meters or 5.8 meters just by taking it down a little bit. So we'll make it 5.8 meters just to make sure there's no gaps. So there might be some gaps, but you know, it will overlap a little bit. Starting corner, we've still got northeast facing south, and then